Welcome back to another tour of our big renovation happening in San Clemente. This house has undergone a huge transformation, and we're going to give you some inside look of the latest things that have happened. For starters, this is what's called a pivot door. Oh, and take note of the cool outdoor light that we got installed. So let's go inside and take a look. Here is the elevator in action. We just came through the front door over there. Scott is giving us a little demo of how the elevator works. Does have a little crack in it, so the elevator people have to come back, repair that, and do some final touch-ups, but it's working. Voila, it works. So some of the other things that have been happening on the house as we get to the end of the construction is the handrails and glass rails. So let me show you guys. This is where they have started to put in the supports for the glass rails and this stuff too. And what they do is after they put this in, they make templates out of plywood that will then be thrown away. So come check this out. This is the plywood that they use to make the templates for the railings. And Scott, why don't you talk a little bit about some of the challenges that the railings presented?
Well, we just had to have it make sense as to, you have to have a handrail on one or both sides, and given the stairs, you know, each side has a different configuration, so you had to figure out which. In this case, we're going to have glass on the right with the handrail on top, and then here we'll just have a piece of glass so that nobody falls down and hurts themselves.
Yep, but building code says you've got to have a handrail of a certain height and width for safety. People just expect to be able to hold on to something. And all of this paper all over is called ram board. It's like thick, heavy duty paper that we're leaving on to protect the floors.
Kitchen faucets in.
Oh yeah, kitchen faucets in. I think if you recall from a prior video, if you've been following along, Scott did rough-in valves made by Delta, and Delta only makes one color of gold faucet called champagne bronze. So that kind of dictated the color of the gold hardware that we have to use everywhere. So trying to find cabinet poles that match, and light fixtures and mirrors. And when it comes to faucets, you've got the faucet, then we're going to have an air gap that's not installed yet, and a soap dispenser, and a push switch for a garbage disposal. So you have all these elements that you have to have matching. And it's been a little bit tricky, but we worked through it.
Yep.
So I want you guys to go see the primary suite closet. That is been started, it's in progress, so let's go take a look. So here we are in the walk-in closet in the primary suite. And this island was designed to have some hampers, like clothes hampers in the bottom, a couple of drawers. And then in the back, we have, I think we're gonna have cabinet doors, is that right?
Cabinet doors with some shelves, yep.
Really shallow. And then over here, we have the two banks of drawers for socks and underwear and foldable things, all that kind of stuff. And then we're gonna have hanging here. This is gonna be a big shoe rack. And all of this is the same kind of wood that the kitchen and the bathroom vanities are made out of, so it's all custom. And it was kind of tricky because we did get quotes from California Closets and was it Closet World or something like that.
Yep.
So expensive. It ended up being more affordable to have our custom cabinet guy make the closet like he did the kitchen. So
and it's going to be nicer.
Yeah, it's going to be real wood instead of melamine and other things. So here's an inside look, and we have it wired to have a chandelier right here in the top. We have the gold chandelier, golden glass picked out, so that's getting installed soon. And we just want to go show you the glass rails. One more thing. So here we are showing you guys the glass rails. We have these in lots of areas outside the home, and the handrails. So Scott, talk about that.
Okay, this is half-inch thick tempered glass. We've got lots of supports and brackets everywhere. This is considered a guardrail, so it has to be 42 inches high. On staircases, you need a railing at 36 inches, but guardrails to prevent you from falling over is 42 inches. We went back and forth on what to do for railings, but we're super glad that we went with this. We think it's a super clean and elegant look.
Yeah, so we don't have metal supports in between the panes of glass. That was an option, but we went for the minimal amount of hardware so you have the view as good as possible. Scott, what does tempered glass mean? Why is it important to be tempered?
Tempered glass, there's two reasons. One, it's stronger. It's significantly stronger than regular glass. But also, if it breaks, if someone falls into it and it breaks into 1,000 pieces, and you could get little small cuts, but you're not going to have like big shards of glass that are like daggers that'll cut in and slice an artery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice visual. So anyway, that's our latest update. We're getting so close to the end. So stay tuned, subscribe, and you'll get to see the finished product soon.